Hey everyone, it's Cotty over at the Match Factory. How are you today? It's April 19th today. I decided, well, maybe let's throw a podcast out there and maybe I can entice some people to come and visit me. It's been a pretty quiet March and April. The snow is mostly gone, except for this morning. There were a lot of snowflakes in the air. The road was covered, but downtown here, it's all dried up. It's quite nice. Traffic's not overly busy. There is some movement, not a lot. Not sure where everybody is. I don't think everybody's on vacation, but hey, who knows? Maybe everybody headed off to the hot spots. I'm not sure. The weekend was a hot spot here, I'll tell you. And then the next day being so cold was pretty shocking. Anyway, I just thought that I'd pop in here, share with you what I've brought into the store. I have a few new things here, and I guess this is probably the best way to share it with everybody since everybody's tucked in at home and not really wanting to get out. Tonight, I have a crochet class, a beginner's crochet class. And I think what I'm going to do is I have three people coming to that crochet class. And I think what I'm going to do with that one is I'm going to retire it until the winter time. We'll probably bring back the thrummed mitts and the beginner crochet come winter time again because it was getting a little difficult to fill. So I will go ahead and we're actually doing this moss stitch dishcloth. It's the linen stitch, moss stitch crochet. Yeah. So I started working on one so that I've got something to show in class tonight and get everybody intrigued and learning how to do crochet, which is it's coming up. It's big again. It's we've got doilies, we've got little sunflower. I was making a granny type doily, granny square type doily with one of these. But anyway, crochet class, that's going to be tonight from 5:30 to 7:30. And that'll be the last one for a little while, I think. And then I'll have to try and find something that's a little bit more interesting and a little bit more enticing for people. We did do a wonderful class on Mosaic Knitting. And we were actually working on this particular cowl. Now take a look at that. Haha, look at that. There's an error. I'll just show everybody the error. Yes, Cotty makes mistakes. I'm not perfect. Everybody seems to think I'm perfect when I'm knitting, but I'm not. Here it is, right there. Anyway, this beautiful cowl was a mosaic knitting class that we did. It was a two-nighter. And you ended up either making one like this or one that was you would wrap around your neck twice. It was a fairly long one, and a couple of people decided to dive into that because this is so fun. You're not worried about your pulling the different colors behind and carrying them around. It's just working one color at a time. It's fantastic. It makes me actually want to do some design some, I don't know, sweaters, some hats, something along those lines using this method because it's quite interesting and addicting, if you can believe it. So we've been talking about, and you've seen on the Facebook posts, talking about our knit along, Nora's Vintage Afghan. Everybody, I don't know what everybody is doing. There's about 17 of us now doing this particular Afghan. Yay, Cotty got square number 13, but Cotty's got her first square done. There it is. There it is. It's a pumpkin color. There, that's more true. That's more of a true color right there. So, where everybody else is on squares number 5 to 9, 10 maybe, if not more, I am on square number 1. I'm working on square number 2, and I am challenging myself. Why am I challenging myself? Take a look. Black on black needles. It's quite the combination. These black needles are Lantern Moon. They are an ebony type wood. I only brought one pair in to try it, and it's quite interesting because the actual cable swivels. The needle swivels. It's fixed, but it swivels. So I really like that feature. It's kind of funny. Yeah, my wool does sort of sometimes tend to snag a little bit at the join, but I've gotten into this little habit of when it does snag, I twist it. I twist it and it just slips the stitches back on up. So but the big challenge is the black on the black. What I'm really finding I'm enjoying is that the black needles are not giving me a glare when I'm looking at it, because my eyes are not the greatest, and that type of thing really bothers them, the glare. But I'm not getting that shine from the shiny steel. I'm not getting that. So I'm using the black. But then the test is that black wool, because they say when somebody knits you something in black, they really love you, because it is difficult to knit in black sometimes, and depending on in light, in the different types of lighting that we have. Sitting by the window, sitting under the light, yeah, I'm not having any issues, not at this point. But let me tell you, last week the power was out. It was a Thursday night. It was one of our knit nights, and you know what? We had 8 people come in anyway, because it's still light outside till 7 o'clock. And the way we did it was still sat around the table, and those people who were working on a darker wool, they're the ones that took the chairs that were closer to the little side window of the building so that they could see. It was great. We had a fantastic time. Lots of laughter, a lot of fun. I just want to put a big shout out to those people that come on Tuesdays and Thursdays to join us. It's different people. There's a main group, but then there are different people that sort of wander in and out. And it's unexpected who's going to show at the table, but it's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. I really hope that one of these days you do get a chance to come in and sit for an evening just to chit chat with the rest of us, because you'll get a kick out of it. I'm sure you will. Anyway, thank you folks for making that commitment to come and visit and knit with everybody else. It makes my day. It makes my day. That energy is just amazing. That this past Saturday I was closed. I went up to Northern Pearl, and I sat and I knit with the ladies up there with Angèle. It was her last knit along, and her ladies that sit around her table, they were there. They came, they sat to knit on their project. So we all sat around knitting at the table and enjoying each other's company. And they had cake, and people were coming in and buying up the last of her stock. Angèle's husband had my husband safe behind the cache. There was a chair in each corner, so each one of them took up a spot in the corners, and they were out of the ladies' path of knitting and chattering and walking around and looking at wool, and so he had not such a bad time too, because knitting's not exactly his thing, but he supports me fully on it, so that I appreciate. So what have I got to show you? I've got quite a bit of stuff to show you. You watch my Facebook posts. I try to post twice a day, and you know that I have many projects on the go, and basically as they finished, then I'll show them. You'll see them. I counted, and I have 13. 14. Nope, now I'm thinking of that cowl. I have 14. 14 of them are on the go. As I manage to progress with them, you get something new to look at. That's why I figure if keep a lot of projects around, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Okay, let's go for a walk around the store. Well, first, before I get up, behind me you can see a bunch of wool. I'm going to get up and turn the camera around, but you can see a bunch of wool. So what I decided to do is I decided to bring in a line of acrylic. I have so many people that come into the store asking me for wash and dry. They want to be able to wash and dry. Now, I am never going to ever give up that nice quality wool that we have here that you have to be very careful of, and so that you don't felt it when you're washing or accidentally throwing things in the dryer. I'm never going to give that up. I'm only going to just continue to try and find new and interesting wools, and then I'll always have like our vintage, our Barocco vintage and our vintage chunky for sure. Like those are our mainstays. But I brought in this line of acrylic, and it's Cascade Anthem, and I have chunky and I have worsted weight. Now I only have a certain amount of colors right now because I am slowly building. slowly building the color line in here. There are a lot of colors, and basically I have to balance it out with being able to fill the store with the needles and keep you guys going in needles, but at the same time introducing some new colors. So I'm gonna take the camera, I'm going to turn it around, and we're gonna go for a little walk, a little tour, because you'll get a chance to see the new cotton that I brought in. And I brought in a different little craft, actually a couple of different little crafts that might be interesting to those who are not really wanting to commit to knitting or to crocheting. So hold on, let me flip this thing around. I'll give you a little tour of the street, trying not. There's the street. So yeah, that was a real fast turnaround. So here you are going to find, try and move out of the light. The white is really blowing out there. So you're going to see the top shelves, the top two shelves. It's an acrylic chunky, and it's Cascade Anthem. And down I have some worsted weight as well. So those people who are looking to make those baby blankets and baby outfits and things where folks are not going to be so careful on the wash and the dry, this stuff's pretty safe. Washer dryer safe. I made this, for those that were following, I made this little sweater here. Very nice to work with. But yeah, it's 100% acrylic. And then what I did is I moved our comfort, which is nylon and acrylic, onto this side of the room. Lovely stuff to work with. Same thing, washer dryer safe. Then you're going to notice what I did is I brought in our summer cottons. Let me just move this for a minute. Brought in the summer cottons here. Not a lot. I didn't bring in a ton. There's the Vivo and this stuff over here. This stuff over here is the Pima cotton, and this as well is cotton. And then we still have some zinnia from last year. And then I've got some linen cotton mixtures, which is really cool, very interesting, beautiful colors. Make yourself a summer tank top, summer shirt. The Meraki, Barocco Meraki, is just amazing to feel. It's actually got some hemp in it. I believe, sorry, I'll just take a peek here. Yeah, cotton and 24% hemp, a little bit of polyester. And I love Remix, and so do a lot of other people. But I brought in Remix Light, and I brought in these 3 particular colors. I figure those would make some pretty nice shirts. So I tried to, I don't know if I mentioned the Vivo. A lot of fun. Fun colors for summer. Now, this is a nice, I don't know if we can get this in there. There we go. That's a nice summer shirt. Fairly simple pattern. Works well with these yarns. I did also grab a free pattern off of Ravelry for those that like that kind of a tank top. Not my kind of thing, but I know that there's people out there who enjoy that. Yeah, so that is the summer line. That's what I'm bringing in for the summer knitting. So if you're interested, those are the colors. The very bottom shelf is the Remix Chunky and just the plain Remix. There you go. And you know that if you wanted to purchase any of this stuff, you just call the store and I'll walk you around just like I am doing right now if you want to look at something a little bit closer. I still have a lot of felting kits. Lots of little color packs type things. Just showing you what I've got in stock. Of course, I have a few books. All of my crochet stitches book is gone, as I said. crochet is seeming to come back quite well. Now here's something that she's a Hamilton girl. It's called It's Okay, It's Art. It's actually some fun coloring. So this box here, this is a pillowcase. So she's got these fabric markers, and I'll just flip this around for a second, and it gives you, there, take that, eh? That's not such a bad word, but that's why she calls it. This is art. Look at this one. Look at this one. These are pillowcases. So you color them all in, you heat set it in the dryer, and then you get yourself a pillow form, and you can display your pillow, but you get to color it. So the same thing over here is I have some zipper pouches. Let's get the glare off of there. This one here says bite me. So pencil crayons or your needles. But anyway, like I say, I like it because she's from Ontario, and it's okay. It's art. You got to come and check it out. I have, how many here? There's only 3 left up there, and those ones have a little bit of a sensitive nature to the wording on it, I guess I could say. But I won't show you that. Not on camera. You come into the store, I'll show it. And of course, the beautiful sunflowers are still shining away. The needle wall hasn't changed much. I'm looking to bring in some more needles. The needle sets, I should say. I'm not sure if I don't think that I have done a video where we have the bags. So I still have some of these bags. Lots of ladies are loving the bags. I only have one left of the big tote. Not exactly showing you everything, but not on a close-up anyway. Here we have this nice restock from Le Mouton Polaire. Their felted soaps. Makes this store smell so amazing. Just so amazing. But come on in. They have their own, the felt actually works like an exfoliator. And they have the organic soaps inside, and she gets the organic soaps from Toronto. So here's something that I wanted to show you, one of the new crafts that I brought in, and it's these simple little weaving kits. This happens to be a bee. You get the wings. So basically you warp the bee with the string, and then you use the thread that's included, and you weave in the rest of it. So it ends up looking kind of like that. And I do have a few of different types, but I'll only show you a couple. And maybe you'll come in and visit me and check out what the rest of them are. I still have a big chunky Hudson Bay blanket set to do for somebody who's looking for that. I got my $5 ironing board table sitting here. Still have some, it's recycled sitting on it, super chunky. Not the super bulky chunky that everybody's looking for, but it is a chunky type wool, and it's a recycled, they're made from recycled bottles. So what I've gone and done is I put the wool stuff basically on this side of the store. So here's the chunky and the alpaca, and I'm just gonna take you through like this. There's that beautiful fashion Aran. It's got a mixture of wool. This particular one has more wool in it than the rustic Aran did. It's got 10% more wool in it, and more yardage. It's 800 meters for in one of those balls, the top there at the shelf. And then we have our usual, our wool, our vintage. Vintage is getting a little bit low, and that's because we were doing the knit along. So the knit along was using up quite a bit of wool, and it continues to still do that. And of course, we have our sock section. Nothing like a good close-up of the socks, huh? There's the sock section. So it's starting over on this side. We're starting to get down a little bit, so I'm trying to put together an order. I still have some Northern Pearl on the wall. Angèle figures she's still going to be dyeing yarn, so I'm hoping that we're still going to continue getting in the Northern Pearl because her stuff is just beautiful. So the big change that's going to be here is, you see this little area right here. Well, right now, this is my plan. So now here I am giving away my plan. But my plan is to bring my spinning wheel that a lot of you have seen me spinning on. I get zoned right out when I'm spinning. I'm going to probably place it on top of this shelf. And this is going to be a spinning parlor. I'm actually going to have my spinning wheel here and start to get people interested in spinning, spindle spinning. I'm working on grabbing some spindles as well so that we can learn how to spin, only because it's a different type of pastime. That's the whole thing. Now, if you go back through my shelves, you can see these shiny bags on the bottom. It just goes and it goes and it goes. Look at the colors. It's Cordell. It's Cordell roving, and that roving, so it's like a rope, and use that for spinning. So I have all kinds of colors. Those are 100-gram bags. And then over here, into the DK area, because I didn't know where else to put them, in the very bottom, you will see 50-gram bags. Bunch of different colors. And then I still have some of the roving from Peru. And then, of course, I have roving from Le Mouton Polaire. So, not roving, I'm sorry, carded bats. Wonderful stuff to spin with or felt with. Absolutely. I have still novelty yarns from Le Mouton Polaire. These are from their sheep. They shear the sheep and they spin. They're doing everything right from the sheep to the shelf. See? Sheep to yarn made by hands with love. This one here is actually dyed with avocado. They use Shetland and they use Icelandic sheep. That's what they have on their farm. And people who are familiar with the store, here's the buttons, lots of buttons. We have one of the clients here, customers, they created a sweater and let me hang it up for a while to showcase the Lannis Light yarn. This is Andrea Mowry's stripes cardigan, sweater, pullover. I still have lots of tea. Mother's Day is coming, guys. Mother's Day is coming. And I mean, what would be nicer than a nice box of tea here? Let's try and... There's a little packet right at the back there. It's a little piece of chocolate. It's infused with Earl Grey tea. There are 3 types of teas and a mesh infuser. Getting in a new batch of hook, line, and tinker kits as well. They are on order. They are a fantastic break from when you just need to stop knitting for a little while and just want to take something up that's nice and simple, and just everything is included in the kit. Like, look at this. So you get the hoop, you get the material, all the threads, the needle, everything. Everything is there for you to do some slow stitching. And that, my friends, is a tour of the store. So I hope you enjoyed that. It's been a while since I've sat down to do this type of a little podcast. Um, Hoping to get people interested, having them come into the store. You never know, you might find your next project here. I can help you out. Checking out on Ravelry, whatever. You might have a pattern you need some wool for. Come on in, come and visit me. It's getting pretty quiet around here, and I'd love to see your faces. So until later, so long from the Match Factory. Bye.